Later that day, you accompanied Jodryle into the old masonry of Emperor's Fall, where a monument to Gol Golothan awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Jodryle's inner thoughts, as clear as if she were speaking out loud. You scribes, I do not believe that you can hear me. Perhaps all this is a joke to you. If so, then don't tamper with my feelings of my comrades. I shall not forgive you if you do. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gol Golothan has shown you favor. At dawn you shall begin your ascent. For now the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. Jodryle seems to be fidgeting with her horns. Blast these wretched things, reader. Have you any inkling as to how unwieldy they become with age? I long for the days when the wound in my leg was chief among my bodily concerns. You note that her horns do look rather heavy and express regret that they seem to cause her some discomfort. Your sympathy is noted, but it does not change the fact of the matter here. 10 years or so into my stay within this blasted place, I first felt protrusions from my skull. They remained hidden by my hair for quite some time, but I knew it would not last. We all heard much of demons in the Commonwealth. Sinners rightfully exiled would assume their rightful form. Thus, when my horns started to sprout, I took it as an indication that perhaps this was indeed the fate that I deserved. She trails off a while. I know somewhat better now. Anybody of our kind left down here long enough and left alive becomes like this. Something in the climate? Difficult to say. A disease of sorts, but not a deadly one. If anything, the opposite. If we live long enough, then we live longer still, like this, extending thus our sentence into exile. Sometimes I think if these horns are here to symbolize my sins, then surely they are going to recede if I ever return. On nights when these damn horns prevent my sleep, my thoughts inevitably stray to that hopeless idea, a naive hope which never leaves despite prolonged attempts to rid myself of it. Horns are not worth the trouble, reader. Tune yourself to the strange and mystic properties of the Book of the Rites. Boom! Tenacity. Or tenacity, I suppose. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to the Under King Orez, and Shay happens to take notice. You wish for good fortune in the coming rite and in your plan. As for Shay, blessed I am to have this audience with you, O Under King Orez. Resplendent glory has made this moment possible and given me so many friends who are so dear to me. Thank you, whatever happens, thank you. She says a little after paying her respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense the Under King Orez has shown you favor. You and your companions gather once more at Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward toward the summit, past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now, then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is you seek while crossing Scribe's Gate. Please do just as she says. Everyone steps forth one after another, much like before. Tizo passes through the gate. Pamitha passes through the gate. Rukey passes through the gate. Jerdral passes through the gate. Sir Gilliman passes through the gate. Shay passes through the gate. Volfred passes through the gate. No one left to go but you. Step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The Guardian of the Scribe's Gate regards you with still expression, then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. Hey scribes, bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. She's tired. The lone minstrel glances up at the Guardian.
Salutium, Celeste.
We have our gratitude, Celeste. She pays him no heed. What a dickhead. I mean... Again, you gain the top of Mount Alodil, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you soon shall follow headwind from this place. My brain's going faster than my mouth. It's getting nice and cozy in here. Saluting the scribes, meditating, free, meditating. Messing with his mask, resting quietly. Practice swings. From the top of Mount Alodil, the downside may be seen in its entirety, or at least felt, since so much of the land is shrouded. But that is hardly all. Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon this highest mountain an inverted fall, whose waters crash not toward the sea, but rush toward the heavens. We speculate these are the very waters which delivered us, but now bend backwards, seeking their return, as do we all. In this phenomenon can freedom be achieved, but only for the chosen when the time is right. This is a path to freedom we cannot traverse, but shall leave open for you, so that you may strive for it. Still say that scribes are kind of assholes. Oh, hey guys, you know, it gets real awful cold up here, so just sometimes waiting for the customers to come in, okay? Good luck in the big battle. That's where you're going, isn't it? Yeah, I heard it's gonna be exciting for my friends. An infernal bloom. Pleasure was all mine, and I answer, guys. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempests shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is not a simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you are born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luce Sklorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. That is my chair, I apologize. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriage could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. Yeah, it's kind of a waste right now. Here we go. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Fulfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Fulfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have more immediate effect. Somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we're all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return, in time if possible. Know simply that, for each one of us who goes, in doing so he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, madame, this night you shall confront the withdrawn. They have already appointed Udmilti to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my girl, and lo, even the stars agree on this account.
Archbeast Sungris. The Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union.
Guy on the very
At stake this night is freedom
got an apple on his head.
and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the withdrawn which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
The Pyre's burn in each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The Pyre's burn in each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the withdrawn, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have to your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bug dweller Udmilti appears from the shadows and reaches for her hands. Curse, we are known as to be witch Udmilti, adversaries. They are nothing to us or the one we serve. Ye shall be devoured in the coming age, in the age of strife, brought down by the fell wings and many seeing eyes of Islach, the astral-born. You speak blasphemy upon the sacred site, Udmilti. If you value your liberty, then I suggest you cease your mocking of the scribes. The scribes, they failed to stop Islach, and he shall rise again. As for you, Nightwings, ye are of no consequence in Islach's grand design. She doubts her mask once more. Soon we shall return to the land which Islach shall usurp, where we shall offer him our blood, and that of many, many others. No pressure. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I'm bound to tell you once more, the first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be thus anointed. Not all among you may be ready. The other two chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision.
Who would you set free?
I love how he told us about the plan and who would have like the most impact on it, and then just can't even look at it yet. Unless I don't know how to do it. Well, I'd already decided Rukey was gonna be the one.
Rukey.
Good choice there, sister. Though if I get out of here, I don't know what you're gonna do without me. I miss
Who
you,
shall
Rukey.
strive for him?
Jodariel, of course.
Jodariel.
Sorry. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. I'm sorry.
Shay.
Ooh, I can help. I think I can help.
Now.
Soon, very soon, we shall release thee. We shall release thee. And as for ye Nightwings, we have much in store for ye. Oh boy.
Commence.
Careful, Rukey. Ah. Come on, Rukey. Fuck. Rukey! Okay, we're back. Past mid. Oh, god damn it, Shay. Oh, so close. Oh god! What are you doing? I was trying to pass it back to Jodariel, but it didn't work. Oh shit, that was a mistake. I meant to turn and it didn't happen! Oof, that hurts. This is gonna be bad. Come on, Rukey. I want you to go home. Well, I don't really, but I do want you to go home. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Where the fuck did the ball? Oh, it's up there. Come on. Got lots of work to do. Slack, we invoke thee, for we seek thy ancient strength. Befoul our enemies within thy blood. Damnation to the Nightwings. Damnation to the scribes. Shall I call someone for the dark pools of vanishing ichor? Great.
None left unscathed.
Oops. Oops.
Quite a close call there,
Yeah,
no?
no kidding. Run! Run, Shay, run! No, 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 no. Oh,
Yudmilda casts herself into the fire.
so fucked. Come on.
Deliverance!
There's so far to go.
Farewell for now, witch.
Oh,
The orb was cast into your pyre.
shit. Come on, Shay.
Someone there rose to the occasion. Their pyre sputters.
Not enough. Come on, Shay. No!
No, you don't. You'll have to do better than that.
Oh my god.
Alas, for shame. And there it is, at last. The withdrawn have proved their worth. The Nightwings, on the other hand, Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the withdrawn shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
God damn it, all chums. I can't believe you blew it. I could have been out of here. I really thought you had it in the bag. Oh, well, that's out of my system now, so see you back at the wagon, eh? As promised, this laugh, thy will shall be fulfilled, thy hunger is sated. This land in which the scribes bound thee in thy imprisonment, it gave us strength, and we shall use it in service of thy will. Thy patience with us, thy forgiveness, we give thanks. As for them, which Ogmele slowly turns around toward all those who witness of her victory. Ye who stood against us, know that Yislach shall not forgive thee, nor shall we. We now return to the lands above to sow for him the future which he seeks. And they, the fools above, shall merely call us mad. Their time, of course, shall come. With that, witch Ugmilde plunges into the waters of the Shimmer Pool and disappears. Yet her dry voice reverberates across the mountaintop.
Godspeed, Udmilda. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but it is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for your fellow exiles to press onward. Rukey, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. So too has Jodryle, not in spite of the setback with the withdrawn, but because of it. And Shay is no exception. She's gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles shall all gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and all throughout your quest is yours alone. You know, with all this rights business, there's been one real fancy move that I've been mulling for a while, and I think I finally got how I could pull it off.
Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Hot in here. Back at the Black Wagon, after the outcome of the liberation rite against the withdrawn. An unfortunate result. Our faith is being tested here, I think. Although you did not succeed in liberating Rukey, there is still some consolation. The rites shall continue, and before long you should have another chance. We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take you have seen the stars, or should I say the lack thereof? You have, or did once more. The sky is all abyssal darkness following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to the Moonlight Alcove. I have an errand I must run besides once we arrive. Best we recover now and make our way southward at first light.
Huh?
She seems to be in a happy mood, though she always seems to be around Jodryle, who's listening to her with patience. So I'd just look within the sallow caps each daybreak for the morning dew to drink, and once in a while I would find maybe a stream to drink from too. Though I'd get very thirsty sometimes too. I tried drinking tree sap once, and it wasn't very good. Really, it was very bad, I guess. She seems to be discussing how exactly she managed to survive at the downside all alone for so long. Jodryle watches her intently all the while. Food. Well, food was harder to find usually because, this is a bit embarrassing, but I tried never to harm a living thing, you know, because it makes me very sad. But sometimes it's the way of things. I understand I do, and so I would eat as often as I needed to and tried a lot of different things to see if they were good. Most of them weren't, though. But I got by. I learned to get by, and I already knew how a little bit because back home where I came from, they had to get by there, too. Here, well, it was harder, but it wasn't that much harder, really, in a way. Jodryle remains silent for a time as Shay trails off, then she embraces Shay and holds her there gently. She lets out a breath, but says nothing either for a while. Shay, may I ask a question of you? Me? Oh, of course. What question is it? How old are you? Do you know? Oh, I'm 19 years old. That's how old I am, I think. Truly, then, you have seen a lot in a lot of time. Know that what you have achieved, it's a feat. I have known seasoned soldiers who could not have lived through experience you have described. Oh, really? Wow, thank you so much. You have seldom seen Shay look so joyful at this moment. As for Jodryle, you could count on one hand the number of times you've seen a smile play across her lips. You leave them to their conversation. Mercy is the beating heart of the truly free society. Mercy even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege Solium Mur drifted an ocean of regret, he found there mercy, or rather it found him, and it saved his life. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. A society which raises a clenched fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire's heir. Ours shall be merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn as we have. Mercy shall engender union among our different kind. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society.